3 stitches left here. Now into this next stitch we're going to do 2 double crochet stitches. There's 1 and 2 into that same stitch, and into these last 2 remaining stitches we'll do 1 double crochet stitch into each. So there's 1 into that stitch, and now we'll do 1 into the next and last stitch there. Now you can see our join from the previous round. Here's our chain 2, and we want to join into that second chain stitch just into the back loop by making a slip stitch to join the round. So at the end of round 4 you should have 40 stitches. Now to start round 5 we'll chain 2, 1, 2, and the repetitive sequence for this round will be 2 double crochet stitches into the next stitch, and then 1 double crochet stitch into each of the next 4 stitches. So we'll start with our first one here. We're going to do 2 double crochet stitches into this first stitch. So there's 1, and there's 2. And now we'll do 1 double crochet into each of the next 4 stitches. One into the next stitch, 2 into the next stitch, 3 into the next stitch. There's our 4th one in the sequence. So now you'll repeat right around 2 double crochet stitches into the next stitch, 1 double crochet into each of the next 4 stitches, repeating that right around and up until the last 4 stitches. So now I'm up towards the end of round 5 and I have 4 stitches remaining here. Now into this next stitch we're going to do 2 double crochet stitches. So there's 1 and a second double crochet stitch into that same stitch there. And now we have 3 remaining stitches. We'll do 1 double crochet stitch into each of those remaining stitches. So there's 1, 2, 3. There you can see our join from the previous round, and here's our chain 2, and we want to join into the back loop of that chain 2, making a slip stitch to join and end this round 5. Now at the end of round 5 you should have 48 stitches. So to start round 6 we'll chain 2, 1, 2, and our repetitive sequence for this round will be 2 double crochet into the next stitch, and then 1 double crochet into each of the next 5 stitches. So into this next stitch, 2 double crochet. So there's our first one, and we'll make a second one into that same stitch. Now we'll do 1 double crochet stitch into each of the next 5. There's 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. So you're going to repeat that sequence right around. 2 double crochet into the next stitch and then 1 double crochet into each of the next 5 stitches, repeating that right around up until the last 5 stitches. I'm up towards the end of round 6 and I have my 5 remaining stitches here, and in this next stitch we'll do 2 double crochet stitches. There's 1, and then a second double crochet stitch into the same stitch there. There's 2. And into these last remaining 4 we'll do 1 double crochet stitch into each. There's 1, 2, 3, into our last one, 4. There you can see our join from the previous round, and here's our chain 2, and into that second chain, into the back loop, we'll join with a slip stitch to end round 6. So at the end of round 6 you have 56 stitches, and for all following rounds you'll have this same amount of stitches, so 56 stitches for all remaining rounds. So we've finished the crown part of the beanie, which is actually, for a slouchy beanie, it ends up being the back part that flops down, and now we'll be working on the sides. So for round 7 we'll start off with a chain 2, so 1, 2, and we're going to do 1 double crochet stitch into each stitch around. So here's our first stitch here. So this is a really easy round, this one. Just 1 double crochet stitch into each stitch around. So I'll let you continue on making your double crochet stitches into each stitch around, and I'll see you at the end of round 7. I'm up towards the end of round 7 after making 1 double crochet stitch into each stitch around, and I've made my last stitch there. You can see our join from the previous round, and here's our chain 2, and we're going to join into the back loop of that second chain stitch, making a slip stitch, and that completes round 7. Now for rounds 8 to 18 you'll repeat round 7, and I'll meet you at the end of round 18. Okay, so I've just finished round 18, and this is what the slouchy beanie will look like now. So we're finished with this coloured yarn, and we can cut the yarn here